Peace, everybody. Lance Smith, aka FREELANCE333.3, FREELANCE33 and a third, and this is What's the Motivation? I love to eat good food. I fell in love with cooking from my mother, who can throw down, and aunties on. And my mama's a white woman, right? Don't let that steer you no wrong way or nothing like that. That woman can get down. She married a wonderful black man, mixed kid, raised black my entire life. So my mother can cook, and her sister can cook, and and my Aunt Kathy makes banging Hungarian dishes. That's the stuffed cabbage. I was like, oh, and I didn't ask her for that recipe until I was like in my 30s because I knew I wouldn't get into that. And then my father couldn't cook to save his life. He can make pancakes, that was it. But his sister, my Aunt Bev, and my Aunt Brenda, and my Aunt Charlotte, who also helped me, steer me as a man, still do to this day, some of them. But Bev specifically gave me all the soul food I could ever ask for in my entire life. And that's when I fell in love with cooking, was being like, yo, I love how this tastes. I want to make it. And when I got old enough to be in the kitchen, she let me in the kitchen, both of them, my mom and my Aunt Bev. Like, all right, yeah, you come help cook. I was like, word. That's when I fell in love with it. When I knew I'd done it is when I made my first like Alfredo sauce. Cause I love Alfredo and I got tired of paying for the shit. And I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. And I figured out how to do it. I followed the directions, not all the way, cause nobody followed the directions all the way unless you're baking, and that's why I don't bake. But yeah, as soon as I learned how to make Alfredo sauce, I was like, oh, everything else is a wrap, man. So, I like cooking good food, cause I ate good food. So it doesn't matter what kind of food I'm cooking. Doesn't matter, as long as it's good when it's going into my belly, I know it's going to be good going into everybody else's belly. Yeah, I just like eating. That's all. I'm good at it too. It don't look like it, but I'm good at it. The young man asking these questions is dope. Just want you guys to know that now, because I would have never answered these for myself. You're helping me out. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you and I love you. I made myself forget the question. What style of cooking am I influenced by? Mainly Italian and Mexican. Those are the styles that I cook. Those are the styles I love to eat the most. I can eat those two things and Ethiopian and Eritrean food every single day. But, you know, TT moved back up to New York, you know what I'm saying? And I really only want to learn from TT on how to make all the dope Ethiopian stuff. So I focused primarily on those two things. That's what I did, I'll say, when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, in high school. Because I used to cook for everybody, not just me, you know what I'm saying? You know, Benji was cooking, Nate was cooking, I was cooking, Gogo was cooking, Wop was cooking, like all of us were cooking, man. We had, for Nate, was it Nate's 20th birthday? Yeah, it was, no, 21st birthday party. And Eddie Wop's 22nd birthday party. And this is another thing that inspires me to cook, is feeding people, feeding a bunch of people. We had a potluck for the apostles, and it was fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and all the spaghetti and a bunch of stuff, man. And we fed almost everybody that came in there to celebrate those two dudes that night. But yeah, shit, I got all the way off. Mexican. Because I love it. I cook it. People think I am it. Italian. I love it. I cook it. People think I am it. And that sort of helps too. When getting like the dish from like the chefs, you know what I'm saying, in the back, like, oh, word, you can speak Spanish? That's dope. I can't speak no Italian. I ain't never worked with Italian chefs. But, you know, it's like, oh, word, I can really explain this to you. I would like to take my cooking to my own restaurant, eventually. It's a goal, not a dream, but it's a goal. So that's where I want to take it. I want to make sure everybody that's had my food throughout the years I've been doing this, like, Lance, you need your own restaurant. Lance, you should open up your own restaurant. Yo, man, why you put your own spot? So I can do that for myself and for them. And then in turn for everybody else who wants to come through and grab some real dope food. And, you know, making sure my sons can feed themselves, because that's what my mommies and aunties did. Yeah, everybody is good. When I became a mixologist, the lifestyle is dope. I'll get into that. I've never considered myself a mixologist. I think that bartenders that are dope-ass bartenders wouldn't consider themselves mixology. I think there's a type of air, maybe arrogance and ego that go in to, like, I'm a mixologist. It makes me think like somebody's doing like that. I got into it. How did I get into it? I like drinking. I like the same way I like cooking is, cooking good food and eating good food is the same way I like drinking. I liked drinking tasty drinks. And from there, I was like, all right, word, I want to learn how to make these. Shout out to Ringo again. Ringo was a bartender, and he had a full bar forever. And we would just look up stuff and learn how to make the classic cocktails. And then I took my knowledge from not following any direction and just sniffing stuff in the kitchen and adding it to whatever I was making, to making drinks. So I would sniff something and taste something, and I've tasted almost everything. Never mind, that's a lot. There's a lot of liquor out there. But I taste things that a lot of people wouldn't, I think, and I figure out a way to incorporate that into everything. But I got into mixology because I like drinking. Mixology. The lifestyle is fun if you know what you're doing. And it doesn't come overnight. I think personality and patience and problem solving and level-headedness is important, is key in that. You can teach anybody how to do anything. You can teach anybody rote stuff. 2 + 2 is always going to be 4. We learn that over and over and over again. You can't teach people how to be kind, considerate, caring, compassionate, sympathetic sometimes, empathetic sometimes, silent sometimes, you know what I'm saying, if somebody just wants to talk. So the lifestyle is fun, and it's hard too. A lot of the dopest ones make it look easy because we've been doing it for such a long time. And the same with anything. You know, Stevie, because I was talking about him, he don't make the piano look like it's hard because he's been doing it forever. And he's put his passion and his person into it. And that's what the lifestyle is. You put your passion and your person into something, people are going to feel it. They're going to love you for it. They're going to love your personality and the energy that you're giving them, and all that energy goes into the drink and the food. But we're talking about the drink, so that goes into that. And that transfer energy is making them happy. And it should. Or it can make them sadder, but even if it makes them sadder, I think it makes them more open to talking about things, and then that's where the empathy and sympathy stuff comes from. Is knowing how to help people, because a lot of times people come to you that you've never seen before, that just want to get something off their chest. They would like a different perspective on things, and that lifestyle, specific, that bartending lifestyle is dope. Long hours, late nights, great times. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. If you put the work in, if you have the patience, and you love people, you have to love people. Every type of person. And if you don't love every type of person, you can't tolerate every type of person, excluding racists, because fuck y'all, then it's not for you, in my opinion.